Dubious ones, welcome back to the channel for some more Ultra Pro Wrestling. That's right. Sam and the folks over at Hyperfocus Games just dropped us some more stuff over on Kickstarter. This is a special one, so I'm not going to waste any time. Let's get right on into it, shall we? So, to explain what's going on here and what you're seeing on screen right now, is they dropped us a little gem as just over a year ago, the folks at Hyperfocus Games, Sam and crew, were meeting with some potential investors who wanted to see some form of pitch for the game. They wanted to see what the engine would look like if it had a different skin over it. So think of Virtual Pro Wrestling getting the WCW skin on it and becoming WCW versus the World, or WCW NWO World Tour. So Sam and the team opted to show off a WWF style skin over top of it. Essentially what you'd be able to do with Ultra Pro Wrestling if you're a modder. So think of this is because they're the guys at Hyperfocus Games and Sam and everybody, they're all for the modding community, especially with everything that happened, with what's the status and everything last year in 2K and everything. They're all about having modders take this game to where they want to go with it, bring it to a place where you're able to put in whatever you can. They're fully in support of modders. So this is actually just to show off essentially what you'd be able to do with the Ultra Pro Wrestling engine if you're a modder, if you were to place your own textures and assets over top of it. A lot of the stuff that you're seeing on screen you'll actually be able to do within the creation suite from within the game, with like image uploaders and stuff like that. A lot of this you should be able to do on any platform. But if you're on PC specifically, you'll definitely be able to recreate what you're seeing on screen right now. You'll be able to recreate that with textures, your own assets, everything within the game. So this was basically Sam and them. The reason they're showing this off to us is they had built this for potential investors into the game. And this is basically just showing off again. If you're a modder and you were to place your own textures, assets, whatever, over top of the Ultra Pro Wrestling engine, essentially this is what UPW could look like for you for modders if they were to try and make the game look like No Mercy. So they were going for the No Mercy aesthetic, that Backlash, WWF Backlash sequel style. So it's a cheeky little nod. For Ultra Pro Wrestling being the spiritual successor to No Mercy. So they even added that Backlash aesthetic to it, gave you that little backlash to it, just as a nod to those who remember, you know what I mean? So for those who know, No Mercy was supposed to actually get a sequel on the Nintendo 64, and it was going to be called Backlash. So that's why they went with the Backlash aesthetic for this. Obviously, we've got that beautiful Monday Night Raw arena, but that's why they had those Backlash little kind of screenshot things for it. So a little tip of the hat that they gave us to the sequel that never came. So this what you're seeing on screen right now. None of this was intended for the public to see in any form or fashion. But as a deal that never came from this was actually made for potential investors into Hyperfocus Games to help fund this or potentially future projects, different projects, who knows. But as a deal never came, they had all this old footage of what they had put together as a pitch for these potential investors. So they opted just to share it with us. This is, again, very early into the Ultra Pro Wrestling build. So this is like over a year old. This like the engine that they were using in this pitch that they made, this was over a year ago. So quite a long time ago into development. This was more just to give the community an idea of what could be done with the Ultra Pro Wrestling engine with some mods. As on PC, they are very open to, as I mentioned, and hopeful that modders will be able to create some really fun and incredible stuff for those of us playing the game on PC. And again, a lot of the stuff with the face textures, the way the character models and the faces look and everything, you should actually be able to do this without any mods whatsoever within the creation suite itself. For specific textures, little things here and there. Again, mods may be required, so it might be a PC-only thing for that. But a lot of the stuff with the create a title and everything like that, and the image uploaders and everything, a lot of this you should be able to actually recreate in-game with no problems. just within their creation suite, which is pretty neat. So because nothing was ever going to come from this, like the fact that they're willing to share this footage with us, obviously because they didn't get that big investment they were hoping for, I think it's just, again, it's a fun thing. Nothing incredibly newsworthy or crazy or anything. Just something that they had in the can that the public would otherwise never ever see. Like, we would never see this. So I thought it was pretty cool. They opted to share it with us. Pretty cool to see what the game would look like with like a WWF No Mercy skin over top of it. As you can see, a lot of it, like, it's got textures from No Mercy in these shots, as you can see with the rampway, Stone Cold and Triple H looking great with the models that they put together. The crowd, as you can see, the crowd in Ultra Pro Wrestling going to look very different. So even with mods, as far as the crowd goes, you might not be able to get them to look like this in this 2D kind of way. This, again, they just put together for that pitch. But I just thought it was really cool that they opted to share this with us. Like, that old school Raw arena looks very cool. You can see Triple H in his entrance here. Again, they had the lighting. Like, it was really cool how they did his entrance. In the actual Patreon video, they actually have like the Triple H music and the Stone Cold music from the era, from the early 2000s there. I just thought really cool. They even have the, a little bit like the No Mercy style Titantron videos there. There was kind of like image by image as opposed to like a whole video, because on the old cartridges you couldn't get those videos on. I just thought it was really cool with how they put this together. So I encourage you all, if you haven't already and you're able to, if you'd like to support the project over on Patreon, links are going to be down in the description for you guys down below to check that out. But this, obviously, if you'd like to see the full video here, I took as many screenshots as I could for you guys. But the video, I always encourage you guys to go take a look on their Patreon if you haven't already. I just thought some really cool stuff they left us with. Again, not something they had to do, but they had this in the can. Again, this is over a year old. This was just a skin that they had put over the Ultra Pro Wrestling engine. So what you're seeing is a very possible. As, like, forget the crowd, maybe not that 2D crowd, and because the way the UPW crowd's going to look. But as far as the models of the wrestlers, as you can see, like, the little textures on Austin's vest, stuff like this, I think you're going to be able to do within the creation suite. Getting models to look like this, no problem. Championship belts, hopefully you can make them look just like that without any mods whatsoever. We'll have to wait and see for that. But as far as like the character models and stuff like that, I think you're going to be able to do all this stuff within the game, no problem. Arena-wise, you want that No Mercy feel, you want that No Mercy ramp and stuff. Might have to use some mods for stuff like that, because again, it's a different kind of texture. But again, Sam and crew just wanted to show this off, really to kind of just give you guys an idea of what you'll be able to do with mods and with the creation suite in this game. Something that, again, they didn't have to show us. Something that was, again, this is over a year old, this footage, this little pitch video that they had made. Again, well over a year old, a much earlier build of the engine. So the engine, if you've seen the video, a little slower on the movements and stuff. There's little issues with clipping and all that kind of stuff. This, again, was just their pitch to throw out to potential investors, because they had a potential big investment maybe coming in. Nothing eventually came of it. Doesn't look like anything's going to come from that. So they just thought, they have this in the can. Give people an idea of what you can do. As far as the staging here goes for certain things like this might be a thing. I don't know how extensive the Create an Arena is going to be. I know you'll be able to put your own logos and stuff, but there might be certain things like the textures and stuff to the rampway, the Monday Night Raw rampway, and the WWE logo you can see and stuff like that there. A lot of that stuff will be able to be recreated with mods. If you're on console, PlayStation, Xbox, the Nintendo Switch, whatever for this game, will you be able to get exactly those? Maybe not, but I mean, that's how mods always work as far as anything. So if you're a PC player and stuff like that, you're familiar with mods. There's just certain things you can do that you won't be able to get on console. But the creation suite's going to be very extensive. And if you want, like, as far as character models, players to look like that, being able to get, your own logos in there for Triple H's attire or Austin's logos on his vest and stuff, that stuff you'll be able to get into the game, no problem, just with the creation suite. But as far as getting that old Monday Night Raw rampway and staging that we saw there, might need mods for that. Again, not sure, But I just thought this stuff looked really, really cool. I wanted to share it with you. You can see Austin giving Triple H the stunner here. Again, very early build of the game that they had placed this skin over top. But just again, think of it in the aspect of we got WCW NWO World Tour and WCW versus the World. Those were just literally, it was just a skin over top of a virtual pro wrestling game. This is what you can do if modders want to put like a WWF or an AEW or a New Japan Pro Wrestling or whatever skin over top of UPW. You'll be able to do that. But again, a large chunk of this, you'll be able to use the Creation Suite and be able to really turn this into the wrestling game you want. So I thought it was really cool that they shared this with us. Something they didn't have to do, something I'm a fan of. So Sam and team, thank you guys very much. Dubious Ones, if you liked the video, as always, leave me a good old thumbs up. But I really appreciate all of you for watching. And if you have any comments, questions, concerns, always leave me your feedback in the comments below. But until the next one, Dubious Ones, thanks for watching. Jesus.